Let's go, baby.
Heck yes. This
How
has
you
been a
doing?
long time coming.
I know. We're finally talking about stuff. So we're jumping in. We're gonna call it the POG.
The POG Pod.
I'm already pogging.
You're whiffing. First, yeah.
Yeah, I was starting it off tough. So we've got the POG Podcast. We're just talking about all things hype in gaming and streaming and creating digital creators, but also like local artists making physical goods. Probably around pop culture, gaming, all that kind of in that wheel space locally. Yeah. And then, but like, this world's exciting and gaming leads to worlds beyond our imagination. So, my co-host, we got Chillville Will here. So hello. Appreciate you, Will.
Heck yeah.
And then we might even bring on some guests today. We'll see who tunes in and says, what's up? Yeah, I'll shoot them a link. Have them jump in and we'll chop it up. Why not?
That would actually be awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. So today we're going to talk a little bit about next generation consoles, which I'm sure hopefully you've got one by now. Maybe you don't. We'll see.
Probably not.
Probably not, unless you've paid twice as much as what they are. I'm talking about Dash City Gaming, like how it started, what we're thinking about, and the horizon that we're chasing, and how we want you to join that caravan along the journey to our horizon. And then we'll talk about some new games coming out, and then we'll wrap it up, and we might play some games or jump into somebody else's stream.
Speaking of Horizon, the state of play yesterday, Horizon Forbidden West.
Pretty hot. Yeah.
Yeah. Huge. I mean, so yeah, Zero Dawn is like seriously one of my favorite games of all time. Depending on the day, it's either going to be Horizon Zero Dawn or it's going to be Bloodborne. Today, I guess the day after the state of play, it's probably Zero Dawn. But Forbidden West looks incredible. One of my main things that I wanted to see them add was like an actual dodge roll mechanic. And they brought it. They finally brought it. You can dodge through attacks. You don't have to get yeeted every single time a freaking robo dinosaur just blasts you with either their blasters or they just... run into you. And then they also
kind of reminded me of Zoids a little bit. Do you remember Zoids? Is it Zoids? Zoids? I gotta look it up. Zoids?
Dude, you know a game
I'm not wrong on that.
You know a game I played with my sisters growing up that was just incredible? What? Nanosaur. It came preloaded to Macintoshes. It is the most jank little dino game.
Dude, this game, the cover art slaps though.
Which one?
For Nanosaur?
Dude, Nanosaur's amazing.
Dude, it's got color graphics. Let's go.
Yeah. Me and my sisters, we tore that game up, dude. I don't think we ever got past the first biome because we were so bad at it. But yeah, you're just a little like velociraptor just running just around.
Like hopping on stuff.
Yeah. It's so fun. But about Horizon Forbidden West, and then they also added a glider, which...
That looks sick.
Yeah, most people wanted that because in Zero Dawn, you would get to these high points and then it'd be like, okay... Guess I'll climb down the mountain now.
Oh, really? You couldn't just like jump and you wouldn't take like...
No, when you jumped, like it would just... Aloy would go, ah! And then just die. And so people would be like, oh, I bet there's a glider in this game. They just go up to the top of a mountain, just run, jump, and then...
Eat it.
Yeah.
What were the fall mechanics like? Were you just like...
It was the type of thing... It was kind of similar to, I guess, Souls games where... When you start following, the camera's tracking you as if you're actually just playing, and then all of a sudden the camera will stay where it is, and it'll just do an overhead shot of you just flying like farther and farther down.
Fading into sadness.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's try this again.
Like, yeah, literally.
Pop back up. Let's go back to your save spot. I wish I could do that with some awkward conversations. Like, "Ooh, this is not where I want to go."
Right?
Well, and then you're just like, "Whoop, let
Yep.
me go back to my last save point, which is at
I
the house."
know. Yeah, if only like in the middle of a conversation, you could press a start button or a pause
Yeah.
button and then go down to abandoned mission and just click
Yeah.
on it and then preload a save. You're like, all right, we're
Or it's like
good.
Warzone. You're like, "Let me go ahead and bleed out." And just he's like, well, like during the conversation, he's like, "Knocked. Oh, I'm getting him."
Cracked. Oh no.
Just send me to
I'm
the
down.
gulag. Anywhere is better than
Exactly.
here.
Oh my gosh, dude.
But it's been a minute since people have had that sort of in-person awkward conversations. Though I imagine there's a lot of that going on, like in offices now. Now that people are going back in
Oh
offices,
my gosh.
it's a big no thanks from me.
Yeah, that's
like,
one of my.
can you imagine all the awkward like vaccine jokes? They're just like, which one did you get?
One of my.
God, count me out.
One thing, there are two things that I have as extreme pet peeves, and small talk is one of them. The other one is when people ask me advice and then tell me that my advice is wrong. I'm like, why did you ask me?
Oh.
They'll say, wait, so what do you think about this? And I'll say, well, my opinion is this. And they'll say, no. I'll go, okay, well,
Sick.
Good talk.
Cool. So go F yourself.
Anyways, I'm going to go play video games.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So I'm going to escape this world and this reality. Whatever 30-second interaction we just had is costs a lot, and I need to go recharge.
It's not POG.
What's the opposite of that? It's like even worse than gulag.
I guess L.
A big L.
A huge L. Just a loss. Count them off, dude. So, CEO of Dash City Gaming, owner of Dash City Gaming, leading player for the Dota 2 Dash City Gaming esports team, leader of the Dash City Gaming esports Warzone, Rocket League, and Fortnite team. Jeff.
We're doing it. Here we are.
How is it going in the world?
It feels good just to wake up every day and know that I'm leading a whole army across the battlefield of these digital battlefronts, knowing that we're going to get so many wins that day. And we're going to be in all of the tournaments.
W.
Just W's. Just all over the place.
Yeah, I have to tell anybody listening to this right now, Dash City Gaming, the esports team is actually undefeated as of right now.
That's a fact.
We have taken no losses.
Zero. You know what? It's just like the Erskine football team, baby. We're in it. Right. We're winning them all. Mm-hmm. We're batting 1,000.
Yep.
Yeah. So we're doing well. So yeah, Dash City Gaming originally started as Dash City Esports because I pitched it in a couple of business pitch competitions. Yeah. Codex says grats. Yeah. We've won them all, my man. We won them all. So it started as Dash City Esports. And then thinking it was going to be some teams and be competitive, but the more I was like going through some of these business pitch competitions to like pitch, this idea I've had for a gaming organization, and the more I've started jamming with locals, I realized and just like coming from the endurance event production background, it's a very small percentage of your population that are into being seriously competitive. Mm-hmm. And so just like my other business, we changed the name from Adventure Geek Racing to Adventure Geek Productions. We changed pretty quickly from Dash City Esports to Dash City Gaming. We will have a competitive element that is part of our mission statement or core values is to be competitive with what we do, in a sense that we know that those around us, like our communities and our families and our loved ones, stand to benefit when we win the day, when we win the competition, when
Mm.
we charge forward with like a competitive spirit. So we are going to be competitive in that sense.
Heck yeah.
But yeah, so Dash City Gaming, it's local gaming org, Winston-Salem, Triad, North Carolina based. I'm in Winston-Salem, so selfishly that's where the headquarters is. And I started looking around and there's not really a scene, or there wasn't a scene, or if there was, it was
Not
as
united.
fractured. Yeah, there's no united front there.
Yep.
Charlotte's got a pretty good scene coming on. Cary has got a scene coming on that's anchored by, of course, Epic and and
Ubisoft's
like a few
in Cary too, I think.
Mm-hmm. So I think Epic, instead of building a new like a campus like headquarter facility, they announced that they were going to buy the local mall that was like getting really sad, like most malls, and it
That's
was like
POG.
full of like that's a huge POG play. There's like a mall full of, like it's like vape shops and quinceanera dresses. It's just like, no, like what is this? Like nobody's gonna buy these. Like how cheap is it to rent one of these booths? It must be like $200 a month. And it reminds me of the old like the mall in Omaha. It was like the Mall of America, not Mall of America. That's in Minneapolis, but there was a huge mall in Omaha that was like half closed, and it was super suspect. But yeah. Anyway, so there's not a united front here in the Triad area. There's some like arcade bars, which is nice, but like any sort of like people who were gamers or identified as a gamer or a creator or a streamer, where do they go? Even in the before times, where are you going to go to like find like-minded individuals or people who aren't going to judge you for like that's what you're into, right? Like
100%.
I'm a gamer, I'm not a very good gamer, but I enjoy different types of games than what are popular. As we'll talk about, I'm sure I'm into the top-down management games and just kind of like start a game at 7 and then like come to at 3 a.m. and realize I've just mortgaged the next 2 days playing some game that I have complete control over. Oh yeah, it feels so good.
Right.
But yeah, right. It's like I have a family. We own our own house. I'm not in my parents' basement. We're leaving I mean, are you in the basement? I doubt it, right? You're under the house. You've had to dig.
No, I'm just joking.
You had to build your own safe space. But yeah, so I mean, we're like gamers aren't don't fit a particular mold, and then definitely the worlds and the games that we're interested in exploring don't fit a particular mold. So
how they're probably employed,
and they're probably employed, right? It's
they're
the average age of Winston, like the person in Winston-Salem, is 34, and so if you just like were to like dive in and look at who plays games the most, it's men and women 25 to 40, and that's like the biggest demographic of a gamer. But gamers span 5 years old and younger, if the parent allows, to 90 folks 90 years old, like playing games on their phones or whatever, like playing simple stuff. I mean, even there are streamers who are like, it's like Grandpa Warzone, and he's just like sniping headshots all day.
Yes.
Right? We had those fun streamers.
Yeah, there was a grandma that came into GameStop. I used to work at GameStop, and she was coming in asking about downloading a new Mahjong app because she showed me, dude, this grandma had clocked like 1,300 hours into Mahjong on her iPad, and she was like, "I'm getting a new iPad. I want to make sure my account goes over." And I was just thinking, "Dang, dude, you've been tearing up some Mahjong." I didn't even know what it was. I had to call my manager up to the register because I didn't even.
Is that something you guys help with, or is that more like a Best Buy support kind of thing?
No, see, this happens actually very often at GameStop, but people will have an issue with a game and they'll just come in asking us to fix it because we have GameStop in our name. So we would get calls about people's accounts getting banned on they're like on NBA 2K, and they would ask us, how can we get unbanned? They're actually one of my buddies that was an assistant manager. He has a pretty funny YouTube video where he recorded a voice video. He was getting cussed out by somebody in a Call of Duty lobby, and he called the Kernersville store asking if GameStop could get him banned from Call of Duty.
I don't know why I would have suspected any different, because I've worked in other like environments where they would call asking for advice just because the store did a specific thing. You're like, we don't have that product, and I'm not, say, a physical therapist, so I can't answer that question.
Yeah, the amount of, well, yeah, I guess I completely derailed the conversation with this, but it was surprising the amount of out of just people that had no idea what was going on. There was this one guy coming in, and he was like, I need a new PS3 game. And I was like, we have pre-owned. And he said, no, I don't want something that someone's used before. I want a new game. And I said, well, PS3's been out for a long time, so we unfortunately don't have any PS3 games. And he was like, what? I was like, yeah, we have the PS4 and the PS5's coming out next year. And he was like, no way. He was like, all right, fine. He was like, fine, just give me a new Xbox 360 game. And I was like, yeah, same.
What?
Same.
Are you trolling me right now?
I was like, you're going to run into the same issue, actually.
That's so painful. It's like you're definitely trolling me right now.
You have to be, yeah. And
we did get that. I don't think that's derailing. That's coming back to like the thing we were just talking about. It's like the community doesn't have like a home base, and I think we stand to benefit from having a home base, and so ultimately that's what I hope to open here in town as a gaming space and like content creators haven space where gamers, streamers, videographers, photographers will have some studio space to like come and create where they might not have, might be difficult to get otherwise. And so I think that like people coming in and asking for that stuff was an effort to have like a community like anchor point, but it's also really difficult to create this kind of space because you're competing with the comfort of the couch and your comfort of your environment that you're creating at home. Like we all spend a lot of time and effort creating like our gaming environments and like, your decorations. I've got my Power Ranger helmets, my Star Wars helmet, my Power Ranger posters, and like that case of Pokemon cards back there. And
hit that sub button for a Pokemon opening.
Get a sub and I'll open a pack.
I'll sub to you right now.
You better not, you nerd.
Why not?
I don't know if anything
is that tacky. I feel like that's pretty tacky, but
better than Green Ranger. I do have a Green Ranger poster. Well, that is a poster with Green Ranger on it. There's Green Ranger back there. Can you see it, Codex? Let me turn this light off. No, you can't really see that. You're such a nerd.
Dude, I want you to open a Pokemon pack.
I'm going to open a Pokemon pack? All right.
Yeah.
So I'm opening up a Unified Minds pack. We'll see what happens. White Ranger counts. I'm satisfied. I'll bust out the White Ranger poster as well.
Let's go. Yeah, guys. The PS5 is amazing, by the way. For anyone wondering, you probably knew that, but it's incredible. I got lucky enough to get one on my birthday. Oh, look at this poster.
Let's go.
That's actually super sick. All right.
My non-pro earbuds.
A lot of people do that, actually.
Tommy or nothing. Yeah, I don't like that over the phone. So got a case here. Let's go.
Yes.
Big, heavy. Pack feels kind of light, my man.
Look, guys. Look. Where else could you get a pack of Pokemon cards for $5 today? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Ooh. Oh, it's water.
Is this satisfying?
This is actually incredible. I'm gonna be gifting subs to you. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Finian.
Okay.
Onyx. Huge.
That's huge. Type null.
Type
Okay.
null. Okay, baby.
Yeah, we got some sun and moon there.
Let's go. Big.
I think.
Someone's got your name all over it. That's
dude,
it. Just a 3-pack.
Huge. Perfect. Yeah. Fan though.
God, there's nothing like the sniff of a fresh Pokemon card pack opening.
Dude.
Oh my gosh. Feels so good. Just feel it in my lungs.
That was so worth it. I'm so glad. I'm so glad I subbed.
Those are yours. I'll
yes.
I'll put those in an envelope just for you. Yeah, Tommy. Now we got Tommy hanging out back there. It's Tommy or nothing for sure. So that's our big, hairy, audacious goal, is to open a gaming space in Winston. Oh, Pack used to get like 10. Well, no, so there are like so Codex just asked, he says, wow, I used to get like 10 cards in a pack back in the day. You still do. These are the 3 card packs from the dollar store. So it was a case of 3 card packs.
Yeah.
Big. But yes, big, hairy, audacious goal is to open a space. But for now, we're focused on just finding the community and then helping you guys as much as possible. So if you're streamers, we're tuning in. If you need help with technical stuff, we'll try to, rally the carts, right, and surround you with like resources and helpful stuff that we have found that's helped us shape our show. Such as I'm using Restream right now so that I could have Will call in, and it was easy to use software.
Yeah, awesome software. I wasn't even familiar with it. Yeah.
I've used it for the marketing agency before, and then some other things. So we will in the future be bringing on guest streamers and stuff. And honestly, we could use this, and you guys could share your screen, and we could watch gameplay and narrate over gameplay this way too. That'd be pretty easy. Ooh. So anyway, our wheels are turning. And yeah, so
I want to say one thing on the renting out the space, like a gaming space, because there are things I had never thought of. Like that doesn't just include, a big time streamer or an up and coming streamer. I was talking with my sister the other day, and she was asking if she could use my capture card and computer to be able to record what her Animal Crossing island looks like right now.
Yeah.
Just so that when she goes back to redesign it, she can have a log of like, okay, this is actually what my island used to look like. So there are all kinds of usages for that that I wouldn't, uses that I wouldn't have thought of for, a space, which is just super cool. I mean,
yeah. And I don't think by the time we get something like this open, I don't think we're going to have any way of like predicting how much,
of course,
of this like creative thoughts and artistic thoughts are going to come in the door and be like, hey, can I do this? It's like, whoa, like I don't have a specific menu item you can buy and then there you go. But like, here's the space. Like, let's see what you can do.
That's awesome.
And so, that's kind of like what we're looking for. So
super cool.
Yeah, that's a really cool thought. I've not,
there are all kinds of uses that I guess I'm just not even aware of,
Right.
So,
and so as we look towards the future, it's for Dash City Gaming, and you've learned a little bit about us, and we'll touch about on our mission and what we're up to more in the future. That does lead to us talking about the future consoles. And I want to say it's still the future consoles and not current consoles, because it seems like it's still impossible to get them. And unless you want to pay twice the price. I mean, I've heard some guys getting these consoles for like $700, $800 from like this parking lot deal. But Or you can go online and get them for like $1,000 from scalpers. We're talking about the PS5 and the new Xbox.
Yeah.
But we know a few lucky jokers who have one. So
who could that be?
Who could that be? So let's congratulate the late happy birthday boy on being able to order a PS5.
Oh wait, other hand.
At some drop.
Gosh,
so
really
first
hard.
question. So you got a PS5. Your happy birthday balloon. Those will never deflate, so you should keep that going. Because I have Power Ranger balloons from 1994 in my garage that are still inflated with 1994 air in them in my garage right now.
What do you think would happen if you inhaled that?
I would probably get the powers from the Power Rangers from 94.
Do it.
Do it.
Guys, 10 gifted subs to see Jeff drink in some 1994 air. Oh my gosh.
I'll never. There's no.
No way. No shot.
There's no prize. Only because I want to keep them inflated.
Of course. And then you would have popped it and just ruined it.
For 10 gifted subs, it would have not been worth it.
How about 10,000?
Now we're on to something. Yeah. Let's see. Yes. So you were able to order one using some dark web Chinese website. Why don't you tell us about how you were able to procure?
Just as, anything else, I met a guy in a Warzone squad that I was talking about. Man, I really want a PS5. The PS4 is starting to get to me. I can notice when frame rates are dropping on games that it can't really handle. The loading screens are brutal. And now that since I have a PC, I really can tell because loading in on a PC, obviously, the SSD is going to be so much better than a PS4 or an Xbox One. And he said, oh, no. Getting PS5s are really easy, man. And I kind of I definitely rolled my eyes because I was just thinking, come on, dude. Like, that's you against the whole internet. And he goes, no, really. I've gotten like 5 of them at this point.
And I was like, 5 of them?
Yeah. One for him, and then one for each of his brothers, and then 2 for friends.
Crazy.
And obviously that's at retail price, so that's no scalpers. I definitely.
And they're 500, right? Like that. Yep. The new Xbox and the new PlayStation
with a
$500.
Disk drive, yeah. But with it being digital, I actually think the Series S is like. It's pretty cheap. It's either 200 or 300. It's pretty low, but yeah. But the PS5,
but it's no disc, right? So it's basically a computer,
right? Correct. Yeah. But what's cool that Xbox figured out. Yeah. What's cool that Xbox figured out. If you're already in that ecosystem, you can use your drive, for added storage from your Xbox One on your Series S and Series X. Go. And there's no problems with that. PlayStation doesn't really have that going right now. But anyways, he was saying it's really easy to get your hands on a PS5. And he showed me this Discord. It's called Stock Drops. They actually have an app now, so it's not like this is completely undercover. Pretty much anybody can join. Reach out if you are having trouble finding it. But you basically join the Discord, and then it walks you through how to set up your notifications so that you're getting pings from the correct server, because they have it for PS5, Xbox Series X and S, 3090s, 3080s, 3070s.
Ooh.
So yeah, like it'll ping you whenever stocks get added. And the first 6-ish that I tried didn't work because of just
don't want me. I'm just playing with this.
yeah. The first 6-ish didn't work because I would go on and it was Best Buy, and it wasn't working or whatever. That's so sick. You can have the stream comments in there. But anyways, long story short, it ended up actually being the Sony's, Q server that they do. And it was my birthday. And I'm sitting here just driving back from Firehouse Subs, and I get a ping, once I get home that PS5s have gone in stock for the Sony server queue, and it's going live in 7 minutes. So I call my friend. I say, hey, hop in line for this. I'm going to get in line. We'll just see if we can do it. So I join, and it says you have over an hour. I know this story's dragging on, but it says you have over an hour. And then I walk away from my phone because I'm thinking I'm never going to get one. I come back.
This is a queue, right? So
Yep.
you join the server.
Yep.
You're I don't know the magic behind it, but basically like using whatever link they have puts you in a line that'll put you ahead of Joe Schmo, like retail,
right.
Sony.com, purchaser, right?
Or hopefully bots. Like it's actually pretty impressive that Sony did this, but they actually had a pretty rigorous, clicking all the photos. I had to go through what felt like six of those. It was like traffic lights, cars, motorcycles, bikes. I'm just thinking, oh my gosh, it took forever. I thought that I was going to get locked out or something, but I got in the queue. It said wait over an hour, and then I walked away from my phone, walked back, and it had let me into the store. And I'm thinking, nah, this ain't going to happen. So I add PS5 to cart, and I'm thinking it's going to say failed. It worked. I didn't even have my account information in, so I was thinking, oh, I'm never going to get it. I put my account information in, placed the order. And it says it'll be shipped in 3 days. So
let's go. And then the day it came in, we decided to go to Greensboro and get a couple drinks. And I'm like, I know the whole time you were just like, I want to be at home on the PS5 the whole time.
Itching. Yeah. And I think I came back. It's crazy that was Monday when I got it. It feels,
like a lifetime ago, because you've just been playing
like weeks.
PS5 nonstop.
Kind of, maybe.
You got it on Monday, and you have 95 hours logged on your PS5 already.
I did look at Demon Souls, and mind you, I beat the Pathless, and I beat Astro's
Monkey
Playroom Monkey, and I have like almost 10 hours logged in Demon Souls already, and that's
so good.
It's on top of those games too. Yeah. I'm excited to have those Pokemon cards for sure. The Onyx is kind of huge.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Bedrock Press. During your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon takes 20 less damage from attacks. Oh, huge, actually.
Dude, think about it. If I can sell that Onyx for $6, then I made $1 off that sub.
That's true.
Just saying.
That's huge. Big.
Sales.
Can you imagine?
Stonks.
Can you imagine if I open one of these bad boys and there's just a big, fatty, like multicolor, secret rare card in there, and then Charizard. I gave it to them if they're local, I'd be like, it's yours. You did it. You rolled the dice. You won. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, I would probably say, my stream and then just hit end stream.
Just like delete my account.
Yeah, and then comment, on your own stream and be like, sorry guys, technical difficulties here.
I'm having a real hard problem getting DMs. I can't get your address. I don't know where to send this thing. Meetup Mondays are off. Complete rebrand.
L.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. So you got the PS5. You've been playing. You've beaten 3 games already this week.
Well, 2, but wait, have I beat 3 games this week? I don't think so. It's 2, I think. But I'm on my 3rd. Yeah.
Ooh. And that would be Demon Souls, which you told me last night that it's actually a PS3 game with a fresh coat of paint.
Yep.
And is that fresh coat of paint, was it made for PS5 or made for PS4?
Yeah, it's only PS5. Yeah, it's one of the launch titles. Yeah, and Bluepoint did the same thing with Shadow of the Colossus. They took a PS2 game and they just completely made it gorgeous. And it's so interesting because, there's no way Elden Ring, which is the next title from Software, there's no way this game is going to look as good as Demon Souls. Because Bluepoint is just so good at making games look good. So, Shadow of the Colossus, even playing that now, the PS4 version, it's just stunning. Shadow of the Colossus is amazing. But, yeah.
And then we've already talked about Horizon Forbidden West, which looks incredible, actually.
Yes.
And there's a ton of like new game mechanics.
Yeah.
And I wonder if that's something maybe we should pull up and show. Maybe another time. We'll see.
One thing though that's interesting was that they did not show a date. They didn't even show a 2021 year. And at first I was pretty upset about this, but then I was watching somebody talk about it and they just said Cyberpunk.
I was about to make that same comment.
Let it simmer. And I was thinking, you know what? Of all the games that I'm hyped for coming out, I'm looking forward to Back 4 Blood. I'm looking forward to Battlefield 6. I'm looking forward to Far Cry 6. I'm looking forward to Pokemon. I'm looking forward to, XYZ, blah, blah, blah. Forbidden West is probably my most anticipated title. And if that was to drop and flop, I would be very sad.
Yeah. So. I thought it was like a rumor that that Pokemon, like prequel Pokemon RPG, like open world RPG game, that it was just like a fan made like trailer of like what a game could look like. But no, apparently that's going to be a real thing.
It's coming out in January.
Yeah. I was like, what? Like finally, finally Pokemon stops making or licensing all these dumb concepts. Give us what we want.
Yeah, it's true.
The OG games was like basically our RPG, right? Like
also release the whole stinking back catalog on the Switch eStore. Drives me crazy.
Yeah, they're like doing like a little bit at a time.
It's like they don't like people selling ROMs online, but where else are you gonna play?
And by selling it, you can get them for free. It's just like, all right, I'm gonna play the whole back catalog on my phone.
There's no shot that I'm gonna fry my eyeballs looking at a Game Boy Advance. There's no way. Not doing it, dude. I tried looking at those screens the other day. The amount of blue light that comes off of those things is just like,
oh, really?
Yeah, you're like, oh,
the damage has been done.
Yeah. Technology has come so far into not giving you migraines looking at screens that when you look at those old screens, you're just like, oh, how did I ever do this? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, my first game, I had the first Game Boy, which was like, green and black. And then I had the Game Boy Color, and I got it because I had to get Pokemon.
Right.
And I had Pokemon Red. And then my buddies got Blue. And then eventually Yellow came out, which was sick. And then so we would trade the ones that we didn't have with each other.
Oh wow!
Right, like you couldn't get. There was like a few Pokemon in.
That's friendship though, because I used to be super attached to my save files. Like I would never, ever.
Well, you get multiple, right? So I think in one game you couldn't get Nidoran.
Yeah, I mean you could trade your Pokemon away, but you only got one save file on that card. That I was attached.
Really?
Man. Yeah.
So you wouldn't trade any Pokemon. Whatever you got was yours.
No, I would trade Pokemon for sure.
Yeah.
But my game card, I wouldn't trade like the actual game itself. Right. Were you saying that you were trading around blue, red, and yellow?
So yeah. Oh,
that's friendship.
No. We wouldn't trade the actual cartridge.
Oh,
my buddy would get the red version, or I got the red version. He got the blue.
Yep.
And then the Pokemon that you couldn't catch in that one, that you could catch in the other game, we would link up.
Gotcha.
You'd have the physical cable going.
Yeah, the actual
Game Boys.
Cable. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was cool because it would show on the screen like the thing going across, and you could just imagine, oh my gosh, it's going through that wire right now.
That's exactly. I would just dream of like riding giant Pokemon across like the horizon. I was like, oh, this is my dream.
Dude, I
got a little Gengar from like Burger King from back in the day.
Let's go. Yeah, speaking of Pokemon, I got the Game Boy Advance. It was silver, and I got Gold with it. Gold was my first Pokemon. And then I went back and played Red. But on Gold, dude, when we picked that up at GameStop, it had been Game Sharked. Do you know what Game Shark is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So somebody had Game Sharked it so that your inventory would be full of Master Balls. So I could catch anything I wanted. The problem was, and I know this, I went through, beat the game, beat the Elite Four. And when you get back to your, home lab, is it Professor? It's not Oak in that gen. Which one is it? Is it Elm? Professor Elm?
I think so.
Oh my gosh, this is going to drive me crazy.
I'm not the Pokemon master that I used to be.
This is going to drive me crazy. Yes, it's Elm. Okay, I'm so proud of myself for remembering that. Okay. So Elm gives you the ticket so that you can go back to Kanto. And it said, please empty your inventory. And I said, uh-oh.
What?
And I go to put some Master Balls in storage. And it just auto-filled my inventory, so I couldn't take the ticket. So I had to restart my game in order to be able to get back to where that was so that I could go into Kanto and then eventually beat Red or Ash at the end of the game.
Where does your inventory go? Does it just still shred it?
Yeah. I mean, I just had to restart the game. I mean, basically what I did,
big
though,
L, dude.
It was a huge L. Yeah, because I went... Yeah. Although, I guess it wasn't as bad because I traded all my Pokemon to my sister, and then she traded them back to me when I loaded back in the game. So it ended up okay. Yeah, it ended up all right. But, yeah, that was... that would be my luck, man.
Very tough.
Yes, hackers get trolled. And...
Yeah. So Pokemon, I'm excited about that. Pokemon RPG, I will definitely be playing that game.
Are you going to get a Switch?
I mean, I have to.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to. And it's just going to be me, all right, guys, I'm not going to stream. I'm going to work anything. It's going to be me laying in bed with that glow while Kristen sleeps. And she's like, what did I marry? Like, this is just do 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 just do 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 do. She's like, you have 40 pairs of headphones throughout this house, please. Can't somebody's
dude. Yeah, I'm actually really... I know some people are not happy about the chibi look for Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, but I'm actually really hyped to play through Diamond. So
yeah. I've got my old NES down. I've got my original NES with all the games that we had, but I do not have my original Game Boy with all those games, and that is a big L. And
that is an L.
I'm almost worried that I sold them when I was in college.
If you wanted,
which would be very painful.
If you want, there was a guy that used to shop at GameStop who I don't know exactly what he does, but he looks at 10 monitors at a time and makes sure that people aren't hacking into government, whatever information. He's kind of a counter. He's kind of protective measure type security guy. I don't really know exactly what he does, but he watches 10 monitors all day, just sits there, watches all day. So during that time, he was telling me, he was like, yeah, I'm a big Pokemon fan. I said, me too. I just wish that I could play the OGs on, something else. And he goes, oh, well, I could make you, an SD card that you would put in a Raspberry Pi that has pretty much everything. And this dude gave me the NES, SNES, the Atari, Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, the full libraries the full libraries of each of them on an SD card. Yes. And so I can lend you that Raspberry Pi if you want. It actually, the way he programmed it, because he was like, you have a PS4, right? And I was like, yeah. He goes, well, you can program it however you want, but I programmed it to a PlayStation 4 controller. So since you have one, if you wanted, I could lend you the Raspberry Pi and you could go through and play all those Game Boy games that you haven't played in a while.
And using your PS4 controller?
Yeah. All you have to do, it's an HDMI. You just plug it up to your monitor.
Huge.
You could even stream from that Raspberry Pi. I didn't even think of that.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but I just have that laying in my room because he just gave it to me. Like he and I was like, dude, do I owe you any money? And he goes, no, dude, my job's so boring. He was like, this is fun for me. And not only that, but he gave me the whole catalog for each of those consoles in English, French, German, Spanish. He had everything.
Oh my gosh. That's like the first time I played Dota. That reminds me. First time I played Dota was a bootlegged French version of it because I had 4 French roommates when I had an internship in DC.
Oh,
and, cool. They were renting a house and there was a 5th room in the house. And they didn't know I was coming and out. Maybe the landlord, maybe this deal shouldn't have even gone through, but I just found this like room.
Yeah.
And I just like knock on the door one day and they were like, hello. And I was like, what's up? I'm Jeff. I'm your new roommate. And they were like, okay. And they just like let me come in with all my stuff.
What?
Yeah. And then I went up to the vacant room and just made it mine for the summer. There was no like landlord meetup handoff. It was just like, yeah, go ahead. You've already got roommates. Just knock on the door. Now that I think about it, that was pretty sus. But
a little bit.
Yeah. But they were all like downstairs playing video games. And I was like, what's up? What do you guys play? And they were like, Dota. And I was like, I don't know what that is, but I want to play it.
Wow.
And so I learned like a lot of French cuss words and because we would be playing and they would be like, oh, and then they would just start screaming French cuss words and it was great. And I definitely don't have the laptop that's got that file on it anymore, which is big sad. But yeah,
dude, honestly, that's a great way to learn another language. Like to play a Pokemon game, in another language. That would be a great way because none of that writing is super complex,
Right.
So to help you kind of, I didn't think about that.
Yeah. So we would go to work and then come home and then I would walk like we just did, I don't know if we were on a local area network. So it was like the 5 of us versus AI because I don't think we had internet in the house.
Yeah.
But we did have a wireless router. So we would just link up and face AI like all night. Like we would make some shitty dinner meal and then like share it and then play Dota until like midnight and then go to bed. And we just did that every day for like 2.5 months. It was pretty great.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, like a hot DC summer with like no good AC, just like window units everywhere. And
that's amazing.
Yeah, it was a great summer. So man, we've gone on a bunch of awesome like gaming tangents here.
I know there's so much to talk about.
Past experiences with like awesome games. So talking about the future again. We saw the Horizon. Hopefully they have a full release on that and is not another Cyberpunk. But I doubt they would do that to us.
But please push that. Yeah, I mean, obviously, like the gameplay they showed yesterday was obviously miles ahead from what they were showing with Cyberpunk. In fact, I don't even think they showed gameplay with Cyberpunk. They only showed cutscenes.
Was that the same? Is that the same studio?
No.
No, I didn't think so.
Yeah, CD Projekt Red is Cyberpunk Witcher, and then Guerrilla is the which they had done. Oh my gosh! Before Horizon. Oh my gosh! I can't believe I can't remember what that shooter's called. This is not POG. I was just talking about it like yesterday. Unbelievable. It starts with an S, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Oh no, it's Killzones. Sorry, they're the ones that did Killzone. So it's pretty interesting because they went from Killzone to something like Horizon, which is just kind of almost 180. Yeah. But the Killzone was but Horizon really just knocked it out of the park. So, but like I'm just like take as much time as you guys need because this game doesn't need to come out in any rush.
Yeah, please give us perfection
coming out. Yeah, but in the next week, I mean, we have Blackwood for ESO. We have the World of Warcraft expansion. Friday,
the Burning Crusade, let's go.
Yeah, I have Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart pre-ordered, so I'm really excited.
Is that coming out this week or next week?
It's coming out next Friday, so like a week from today.
And the previews on that from last year, they looked great.
Dude, it looks so good.
Didn't they preview it at E3 last year? Like the digital?
Yeah, I think they might have
E3.
They might have announced it, yeah. And then they did a state of play April 29th, I think, if memory serves. So they actually showed gameplay, and dude, it
looks really cool. There's like a lot of
good.
unique mechanics to the game.
Yeah.
And
I mean, Insomniac's so good at that. But it's really crazy. They must be hustling because they released Spider-Man PS4 and then they come back around and release Miles Morales with the remastered PS5 version of Spider-Man, and then they're releasing Ratchet and Clank coming up, like within a 6-month span. And now there's even whispers about them PlayStation acquiring a Sunset Overdrive IP. So it's just Insomniac, they're killing it. It's just crazy.
Some might say they are not sleeping. They are staying up all night working on development, like an Insomniac. I'll work on the jokes for episode 2. That'll be the next thing I do. Burning Crusade. Did you ever play Warcraft growing up?
No, I luckily avoided WoW and League. But one of my buddies, I was actually just playing with him today before I got on the podcast. We were playing some Warzone. And afterwards, I hopped on Demon Souls, and I heard him furiously on the keyboard. And I was like, oh, man, what you playing? He was like, wow, I'm getting ready, man.
Getting ready. Gosh. So he's like leveling, like getting a character level to like hit the next expansion.
Yeah, he
hit the expansion.
Right. He used to be in a guild of like the top WoW players in the world. Like he was in one of the top guilds.
It's so sweaty. That's
the
sweatiest.
Yeah, he told me that
politics are real.
Yeah, he said the reason that he left the guild was because it was sucking his life away. You know, he was working a full-time job, and they expected so much out of him.
Yeah, it's
he was just like, I gotta leave.
Like
I got a dog. I've got a girlfriend that I live with.
Eat.
Yeah.
Yeah, they expect like high-end or like guilds that are trying to push the pace are, you know, they've got somebody coordinating. It's crazy. It's like people don't put that much effort into like their jobs.
Yeah,
I've been in guilds and I'm like, I've got to fill out this application and like talk about my personal life and like the time I can devote and like take a test on like my knowledge of the game.
Please list your Myers-Briggs, Enneagram, Strength Finders. Yeah,
it's unbelievable. And it was just like, yeah, we need to know like how good you are. And I was just like, what, bro? And it's just because they're like optimizing stuff. I'm just like, I see you guys have cool gear and I want some of that. So let me run with you guys. And they're like,
and then I'll leave.
Nah. Yeah. And then I'll quit the game in 3 months like I have done forever. So yeah, don't count on me. And they're like, well, you can't be part of the guild. And I was like, well, this game sucks. You guys are nerds.
The only thing I remember, I mean, this is almost change of topic, but close to the guild conversation is the whole clan conversation back in the day for Call of Duty. And Black Ops 1, at that point, I mean, Chillville Will, for instance, it comes from Chillin' Villain, which was my like Call of Duty YouTube channel way back in the day. You can't find it because I deleted it forever, and it is forever gone. But I remember everyone was like, dude, you got to get in a clan. And so I was like, okay. And my whole thing was quick scoping on Black Ops, which quick scoping on Black Ops was not a thing. A lot of people didn't do it because it was really hard to do. But of course, like anything else, if something's really hard to do, if you just put the work in, then you're going to be one of the only people doing it. So I was like, okay, well, you know, I might get absolutely destroyed in MW2, but I can actually hold my own in Black Ops. So I would practice all the time. and this clan, I reached out to them. They were called the Fear Clan, and the E was a 3, of course.
Yes. Yep. Good.
Yeah. And I reached out and I was like, hey, I would like to, try out for your clan. And the guy was like, okay, we're going to do 1v1 quick scopes on Nuketown. It's just me and you. And he basically laid out the ground rules for me. And I was like, okay, Jeff, I beat him 30-0. Jeff, when I got done, because the rest of the clan was in the party chat, like spectating the whole game. And after I was 15-0, every time I would kill him, he would go, no way. Like, it was just so yeah. And so the clan's watching and they're completely silent. And he's like the leader. They were like, yeah, you have to go 1v1 against the leader and he'll decide. So I clap him 30-0 and we're just sitting there in silence. And I'm just kind of like looking at the screen and he goes, so, you're in. And I was like, yeah, actually, I don't think I'm gonna join. And he was like, I understand. I was like, I need the leader of my clan to be better than me.
Yeah, or make it close or something, not just get easy claps.
Yeah, 30-0.
Like what? Like what made you reach out to them? Were they posting like good videos? Was this guy any good, or what made you reach out to them?
Dude, I don't know. It was one of those things where I think I was just having a FOMO day where I was thinking, I don't have any clan, so I just need a clan. And one of my buddies had run into this clan before, and he was like, oh, yeah, they're pretty good. We play Search and Destroy every now and again. So I was like, okay, yeah, well, I'll jump in there and, try and join them. But
and you were like, nah, bruh.
No, this can't happen. Yeah, no, I'll fly solo.
Like my back already hurts from carrying this whole clan.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable.
Anyways, enough about me.
1v1 is definitely tough. I like watch. I particularly enjoy like watching female streamers. They're like when somebody talks a bunch of trash and they're like, okay, I'll 1v1 you, and then they just
destroy them.
Easy clap them.
Yeah,
and they're like, keep talking that misogynist trash.
Yeah.
It's like, and you're on stream. You just got clapped. So keep talking trash. And they're just like quick scoping.
Yeah.
It's so good. And dude, they're like, wait, so how? I love the hot mics too. It's just like, yes. No way.
Yeah, man. Back in the day, I was all about just watching phase clips, optic clips. That was during Black Ops days, constantly watching Scump, Pomage, all these dudes, just so freaking good, just cracked out of their minds.
The skill, the skill is it is a professional level for sure. Like some people just have the talent and they put in the work and they've like figured out their own mechanics and how it integrates with like the mechanical, like whatever they're using to optimize stuff. And a lot of them, they won't talk about it because they've got what works for them, and whatever works for them might not work for anybody else. So it doesn't make sense for them to share that information. But
the Call of Duty scene is different now though, because all these Fortnite kids have for the most part grown up to the point where they're like, Fortnite's not as much my thing. I want to play a more kind of grown-up shooter. So the Call of Duty scene is not what it was, 10 years ago. Like the kids now are just, you're just going to get wrecked, dude.
They're just gamers. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Like the crowd of players is they have more skill.
Yeah. I think that, it's not as much that there aren't, there were people who were really good, cracked out of their mind, but 10 years ago, but I just think that the floor has raised. Like the level of skill, is just so much higher. Just the average. Anyways.
Yeah. And then I jump in and play like 2 games. I'm just like, I didn't get a shot off. I'm done with this game. And my monitor is pushing 60 hertz and 60 FPS. I'm like, I don't see
we're not doing this.
I'm not going to do this to you. I think I did manage out of the gulag though. And I was like,
yeah, you did. You might have had fists though. Fish-gulag.
Yeah. It was just like rocks. It's like we all had just stun grenades and fists.
Yeah.
The one time that I play.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's we're not going to talk about the Battlefield 6 leak, the trailer
But
for that.
I'm excited for the game. That's all I'll
Yeah.
say.
I've seen some really good TikToks about that, like the difference between snipers and buildings and the two that are really great. I will say TikTok is the most superior social media platform that's out right now.
100%.
And then we talked a little bit about the Burning Crusade, Ratchet and Clank, the Elder Scrolls Online expansions coming out next week as well, right?
Yeah, June 1st. What day is that? It's Tuesday.
So is Burning Crusade and ESO expansion coming out
on the same day? Yeah. I was telling my friend, I was like, that's really ballsy, because you would think that MMO players run in the same circle. So, I mean, I guess they're fighting for that space, but there's no shot ESO is winning that war. Like, I don't know. I would offset my release by at least 3 months.
It's different because you've got like classic players and retail players in WoW. And so it's classic and retail. And then there's people who are not into that. And then they might be playing, they might be playing ESO or Guild Wars or, one of these others. And then Kodak says, LOL TBC got that all day. Are you gonna be playing the Burning Crusade? Because when we met up on Monday, Kodak said he started playing. If I'm not, tell me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But he said you started playing WoW when Burning Crusade, like during Burning Crusade, not during the original. But yeah, TBC's when I started. I remember TBC coming out. I played that, and then I played through, and then I never made it to end game stuff, and then I stopped playing, and then Wrath of the Lich King came out, and then I played for a bit, and then I didn't play like the next 2-3 expansions, and then I played before Cataclysm. Maybe it was after Cataclysm. I don't remember. Yeah. But Lich King was the best expansion, though. Oh, interesting. Bold statement. He says Lich King was the best expansion, though. Interesting. I think most people are currently arguing that the Burning Crusade was the best expansion. But when they re-released Classic, I jumped all over that, and I had a great time. I just injecting that nostalgia just straight into my arteries. It was incredible. And then we had a kid, and I was like, I can't play this anymore.
Yeah, that's why you're avoiding Blackwood, man. Come on. We can get you on a healthy balance for MMO. Yeah, there's no healthy for Jeff.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, the other day, chat, the other day I was watching Jeff through Discord because he had his video chat on. I'm watching him play Outriders on World Tier 14. And he's legit looking at the screen and it's dark in his room, and his screen is flashing, every time, bullets are flying and all this stuff. And he's legit, I'm like, whoa, this guy's getting a nice dose of dopamine right there. Just fireworks.
Just 150 round clip, just unloading.
And Jeff kept going, oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
It's like, gosh. Because I kept getting so close to beating what we were trying to beat, and then we just kept eating shit, and it was frustrating. But that's what games are supposed to do, right?
Yeah.
It's supposed to bring you to the edge and then send you right back to the beginning because to do it again.
Kind of like Demon Souls.
Yeah. Yeah. Kodak says, yeah, kids will change things. Can't do MMOs anymore for the same reason. Yeah. Ooh. I just haven't found the place where we can do that balance between working, trying to contribute to, a media agency, start this gaming organization, and then be part of the community, authentic part of the community, and then raise a kid. There's just, I've got no time to invest the minimum of 10 hours a week into an MMO. I'll play 5 hours a week worth of video games, and that's about it. I can't be like plotting my next month around 10 hours a week playing an MMO.
I don't know, man. I think that the play is similar to how a farmer raises their child to learn how to tend to the farm so that they can help around the place. I think, once your kid is old enough, you wake them up at 6 a.m. You say, this is daddy's login information.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to log in. I need you to do my dailies.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to get XYZ equipment for the day and complete these challenges. And then you get them off at, 7:30 a.m. or 8 a.m. so that they can go to school.
Mm-hmm.
They go to school. They come.
That's good.
Yeah.
Keep going.
You throw them on that evening
with some nuggies.
Yeah, while you're getting dinner all going, and then after you eat, you can get on, and you can just have fun.
And then I can just play. I can do the playthrough, do the quests, do the real quests.
Yes.
Get some storyline in.
I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, I think you're onto something. I think I got a real tiny bot on my hands just sitting on the hallway.
Free labor.
Yeah. And then, if I won't get banned for that, logging in and playing.
Right.
But if I turn a bot on the game.
Shares your last name. Shares your address information.
Child labor laws.
I'm telling you, man.
Hey, if we're not streaming it, you can't prove that it happened.
No.
Child labor laws. No, this is a game. It's not. It's not a job. I mean, you're completing a fun task.
Right.
Chores.
Who doesn't like playing games?
Talking about Codex. You're crazy. No, I think you're onto something. So,
thanks.
You know what? I mean, why stop at one kid? Let's just go ahead and get some.
Just get an army. Yeah. It's like one of those reality shows. Like I did see a TikTok actually, and it was so funny. It was this dad at a PC, and
I think I saw the same one.
Yeah, the video said, "I was nice to the weird kid my senior year, and now there's 3 of them." And so it shows him, and he's furiously playing Minecraft, and it goes over, and like the older brother is playing Minecraft, and then this like little boy is like can barely see over the desk, and he's like playing Minecraft too.
And they're all just building, super sweaty.
Yeah, it's actually really heartwarming though, because they're all in the same world together building stuff. But yeah, it's my best memories gaming, and I feel like one of the reasons that I actually am so in love with shooters is because I'll never forget having a GameCube and Dad taking me to Best Buy and picking up Medal of Honor Rising Sun.
Ooh.
And it had a co-op campaign, and we played through it together. And seriously,
that's cool.
I have the best memories of just sitting next to my dad on a hassock, looking like right in front of the TV because we didn't have a big TV, and we were playing split screen.
Yeah,
and just going through that campaign. Gosh, man, I have such good memories of that. He probably doesn't even know like how much that how much I look back on that and just how incredible that was. But so fun.
He's gonna watch this clip and just be like, "What have I done?"
Yeah, he's gonna be like, "If only I had known that I would have that would have happened. I never would have."
Yeah. Honey, we need to create more bots. Yeah, that's my takeaway from this. Okay. She was not into it. All right. Well, we've gone way over. We were planning to do 30 minutes, and here we are, like an hour 10.
What? What time is it? Oh my gosh, it's 6 o'clock.
Yeah, I got a text message. Can you help me with dinner? I was
really?
Like, my bad. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, I gotta go help my bot get ready to do my dailies. So my IRL dailies. So anyway. We'll be back on later. Thanks, Codex, for tuning in.
Dude, yes.
And the other lurkers. We appreciate you tuning in.
Speaking of Codex, sorry, just mini shout out. I think he has a Fright Night Fridays.
Ooh, is that right? Is that tonight?
I think that's
you on?
Tonight, right? Well, I think it should be later. So huge shout out to Codex. Go watch him. I'm probably gonna be tuning in because I want to see some Resident Evil or whatever he's playing. So
yeah, he said it's pretty spooky. All right, we'll be on later. I'm gonna go eat and help with the little one. Thank you guys. Thanks for tuning in to the POG Pod.
Yes.
Powered by Dash City Gaming.
Absolutely.
IRL dailies, made me laugh out loud. Yeah, we gotta go do some IRL dailies for sure. And then I can zone into that stupid game and back into this one. So anyway, thank you guys. We appreciate you, and we'll see you on later.